On Denver 7 News at 6, it's Election Day. Polls open across Colorado in 1 hour.
Together we will save this country, this great country that we love.
Then we finish as we started, with optimism, with energy, with joy.
Millions in our state have already cast their ballot in this presidential election year. The candidates now making their final pitches to voters.
We have team coverage this morning from the historic presidential race to the local issues that matter to you. And good morning to you on this Election Day. I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Anusha Roy. And it is not just elections that we're talking about today. We're also talking about more snow that is coming our way. We want to head right over to Lisa. It's going to be dry for folks who are getting their ballots in last minute, and then that storm moves in.
We're holding off on this Election Day. In fact, today is going to be the warmest and likely the driest day of the week. A beautiful start from Lookout Mountain. You can see just how much sunshine that those eastbound drivers are going to have to deal with this morning. It's chilly out there, upper 20s to low 30s. And as the polls open up here at 7 o'clock, we're in the low 30s, right around freezing, likely by 7. We'll get to near 50 by noon. Highs will be in the low to mid 50s, and then we'll start to cool down from there. Now, there's a slight chance for a few spotty rain and snow showers late day. It'll be more so tonight into early tomorrow morning that we'll see that change. Highs, though, a few degrees above our norms, our seasonal norms this time of year, upper 40s to low 50s, even a little warmer over the northeastern plains, 20s and 30s for the mountains. We are tracking more snow that's going to move in tonight, and we have a number of alerts, all the counties here in purple, under a winter weather advisory starting later today. So we'll track the timing of the snow, and I'll show you how much we're expecting it looks like by midday Wednesday, Jason, coming up.
And a gorgeous sunrise right now across Commerce City, as you can see from Air Tracker 7, those gorgeous colors here, the yellows and the golds right there. What's not so gorgeous is this. So this is I-25 right here, and this is 270 heading east past I-76, and then getting out past the refinery, which is right there. And you see how traffic is bunched up right in here, a little flashing light. Has some construction in there on the overnight hours. And then we have somebody reporting some debris in there. I even had somebody reporting a police officer in there. Unfortunately, can't quite see it from there. So let's take a look at the map here this morning. You can see some of the slow traffic. It's unusually heavy for us all the way down past York Street right now. So that is an unusually heavy drive right now. And the drive times reflected almost 20 minutes there. So I would use I-25 and I-70 and head out to the east side of town, at least for now, and just avoid 270 because that is one of the trouble spots of the morning drive. The rest of it is pretty quiet, even out here to the west side of town, but this is going to be a trouble spot tonight and into tomorrow, especially south of Castle Rock.
All right, well, if you're heading out to the polls today, you might see some lines even to drop off those ballots. This is a live look in Maryland right now where the polls have opened. Here in Colorado, if you want to vote in person, the polls open at 7 a.m., so just under an hour from now. And then you can vote until 7 p.m. You can drop off your ballot in a drop box until 7 p.m. tonight as well.
Now, no matter the outcome, this presidential election will be historic. Harris could be the first woman and first South Asian American president, or Trump could be only the second president ever to win a non-consecutive second term. Vice President Kamala Harris will be at her alma mater, Howard University in Washington, D.C. Former President Donald Trump will be at Mar-a-Lago.
Overnight, both candidates offered their final messages to voters.
And as your president, I will fight for you every single day with every breath in my body. Together we will save this country, this great country that we love.
Our campaign has tapped into the ambitions, the aspirations, and the dreams of the American people. And we know it is time for a new generation of leadership in America.
We have team coverage this morning. Wanye Reese will join us from the Denver Election Center. He talked to law enforcement agencies about their security plans for today. And Adria Irahita is at our state capitol breaking down key ballot questions. But we want to start with our Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George, who's live in Georgia.
Yeah, and Joe, we've been talking over the last couple of days about what it's going to take to reach that crucial 270 electoral college votes. Lots of people waiting for those results, but it's so important to remember that that is just the beginning of the process.
It is, and the reality is that we could get a winner. Our partners at Decision Desk HQ told me over the weekend, 50-50 shot. We know by the time this morning show launches tomorrow morning who the winner is. Or we could be in the store for a long haul. President Biden wasn't declared the winner until the Saturday after the election. I'm live here just outside of Atlanta. You notice not many lines here. That's because this is a state that has voted early. I mean, we're talking north of 4 million people in this battleground state, and that's why Georgia, I think, is going to be a place for viewers in Colorado who watch election results tonight. We certainly hope you watch it here. Keep an eye on Georgia, because new state laws say that you're going to they have to post election results by 8 p.m. Eastern. So by 6 p.m., by the dinner hour, you'll start getting a flare for Georgia. If there is a blue wave, or if Trump's able to flip the state he lost 4 years ago, there'll be signs of it early in the evening tonight. So keep an eye on Georgia. As far as the election uncertainties that abound with this election, one is, does in-person voting on Election Day impress like early voting numbers have? It's not impressing much here at this location. I haven't seen much activity, but again, so many people have already voted here in Georgia. I'm keeping an eye on reproductive rights and abortion throughout the day. You're talking about 10 states voting on abortion and reproductive rights related ballot measures. How does that mobilize the American electorate across the country? Disinformation, foreign interference, that's a concern, but for every election official from Denver to here in the Atlanta area. Be careful with your social media feeds today. You don't know what may be popping up, what is true, what is not true. Election officials have been preparing for the possibility of a foreign election interference for not just weeks or months, but for years. We know that there are bad actors out there. And of course, will there be a concession tonight? Or tomorrow, whenever this election is decided? We did not have one 4 years ago. If former President Trump loses tonight again, does he deliver something he didn't do 4 years ago? Does Vice President Harris go to the microphone if Trump is ultimately declared the winner? So many uncertainties abound in what has been a very uncertain and complex 2024 race for the White House.
It's interesting to see those Georgia numbers, because Colorado numbers for early voting, not quite what they were at 2020. And we're going to be diving into that a little bit more about the takeaways from that. So we appreciate the breakdown, Joe. Thanks so much. Now, the Colorado Secretary of State's office says more than 2,092,000 ballots were returned, roughly 52% turnout. There is, of course, still time to vote today, but that number, like we were just talking, way below that 2020 number. That was about 86% turnout at this point.
We are still waiting on a judge to rule on a lawsuit against Secretary of State Jenna Griswold after partial passwords for state voting machines were leaked last week. The Libertarian Party of Colorado filed the lawsuit. They're demanding a hand count in affected counties and for Griswold to recuse herself from overseeing this election. Secretary Griswold has assured voters that the voting machines are secure and that the passwords being online did not have any impact on that. Meanwhile, Denver elections officials are looking into ballots mailed from a Denver adult daycare to 6 different county clerks' offices, and officials say the signatures on those ballots didn't match records. We don't know how many ballots are being talked about, but they did pull all of those ballots in question and will not count them until they can be verified. District attorneys in all 6 affected counties are investigating. Governor Polis also issued an executive order directing a team of Colorado National Guard cybersecurity experts to provide cyber defense for Election Day. This is something the National Guard has done here during elections for the past 12 years. And amid a time of heightened political tensions, local law enforcement agencies are taking preemptive measures to keep voters and election workers safe.
Denver 7's Wanya Reese is joining us live now from the Denver Elections Division. And Wanya, you checked in with several counties to see what that security actually is going to look like.
Good Tuesday morning to you, Anusha and Nicole. I checked in with those counties and they say don't be surprised if you see more of a police presence at either your voting location or also at your ballot drop box. I got a chance to speak with an expert who tells me that the #1 priority is going to be not only keeping you, the voters, safe, but keeping the facilities safe and also keeping the election workers safe as well. Here in Denver, the police chief shared that officers will be at election sites across the city, including at voting centers. He shared the department's intelligence units will be keeping a close eye on social media and will be on the lookout for any protests that may start up. Right now, the chief says there has been no credible threats, but it will be all hands on deck for several days following Election Day.
Certainly, have thought through some of the potential things that may happen. There's been absolutely no intelligence to suggest that anything is going to happen on Election Day or beyond. We continue to monitor that, but so far there's been no threats of anything.
I checked in with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, who tells me that they are going to have extra staff at voting locations and also at drop boxes. They tell me that the county attorney has trained deputies on how to handle elections and laws and things of that nature. And they also do have an emergency plan in place just in case anything happens. Reporting live in Denver, I'm Wanye Reese, Denver 7.
And once the polls close at 7 o'clock, we're going to bring you updated results all night long. You can see that schedule on your screen. We're going to be switching between Denver 7, our sister station Local 3, and our streaming app Denver 7 Plus. And of course, you can always follow along online at denver7.com.